Birmingham Airport today off to Alicante. Just wanted to share a few tips from stuff from today actually, because all this stuff seems obvious to me but isn't obvious to a lot of people, judging by the time that was wasted at check-in today. First thing is, if you can check in online, do it. I know with Ryanair they charge €70 if you haven't checked in 2 hours before your flight, so when you get to the counter they're going to be trying to get some extra cash out of you, which in some cases is actually more than the flight was worth. Next thing is check your passports in date. There's an old lady today, her passport is 6 months out of date. She ain't going to be able to fly, simple as that. There was another scenario where there was a new passport. Now, I'm unfamiliar with this. I think maybe there is a name problem. Maybe they put the name wrong on the ticket or something. Because although they requested the passport, they also wanted to confirm the ID with other ID. Maybe it's for the address. I'm not 100% sure. But make sure the name's right. It should match your passport, nothing else. It should be exactly the same as it says on the passport. It gets a bit confusing in the Philippines and stuff because they generally use middle names as the mother's last name until they're married. It confuses people when you have a second first name, you know, like, because I have a second first name and not the second two last names. So it can be confusing for some people. So all I do is my first name becomes my two first names. My first and second first name, and my last name is my last name. Never had any problems anywhere. I've travelled a lot, so something to be aware of, because the cultures are slightly different in how they look at people's names. What else happened today? Luggage. If the luggage limit is over, take some of the stuff out and shove it in your pockets. Not that I said that, but there was a couple today having to empty some of the stuff out. What I do, I'm quite lucky. Here in the UK, my father's got a set of scales because he used to service fire extinguishers and fire equipment, so we've got some scales for weighing the extinguishers. So I always weigh all my luggage. But if it is over, and you expect it to be over, on a long haul, try to get first in the queue or as near to as possible. Because what happens is, as the plane starts to fill up, because remember, they're not just weighing your bag, they're calculating. They're adding up all the bags as they're going on, so when their hold looks like it's getting near its limit, they start becoming very strict. Where if you're at the front of the queue, you're one of the first ones in, which means there's about 50-50 chance they'll just let it go. I've been over 7 kilos before, no hassles. Even going to Paris, we were over by about 12 bags and still managed to get through. But I think that was more to do with my wife's ability to talk to people. But yeah, if your bag's over, take it out and just shove it in your pockets. The other thing is, they don't really weigh hand luggage too much unless they're really near the end of loading. Which is why if you're first in the queue, you've got a lot more leeway. What I do is, as you can see, it's quite a big rucksack. One of the reasons I use a rucksack is there's no weight to it, which also means it's got no weight. It fits into the luggage space, but as you can see, it's quite a large bag, so you can get a fair bit in there. And all the stuff, if they do ask me to weigh that, you've got stuff in your pockets you take out once you get through security and ready to board, and dump it all back in there. As you can see, I'm wearing a t-shirt because I've already put my jacket in there. On a flight, once I'm up and going, the only thing I'm carrying is my passport, which will eventually end up in my rucksack as well. I do that. I don't advise everybody to do it, but I find it more secure in there than hanging out my back pocket or scrunched in somewhere on the plane. Wherever I know it's in my rucksack, I know it's safe. But yeah, I thought you might find these tips useful, because it's not just for local flights, but international's got the same thing. Airports are getting more fussy lately, and so stay within the rules, because all they'll do is hammer you in charges. I know with Ryanair they're charging £10 per kilo if it's over, which is a lot, considering I just put a 15 kilo bag on the plane for £15 that are pre-booked. So read the rules, check if there's anything that's a bit iffy on there, because like I said, there's €70 charge if you haven't checked in online. Always check in on early, because a lot of these flights aren't refundable anyway. So if you've checked in, like I do, I'll try and check in a week early or whatever, or when I book it. The reality is I can forget about it then, although I do have to book my return flight, because they have a 1 week window where you can book it prior to that. But anyway, hope you found these tips useful. Thanks.